Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So I just want to say thanks to everybody who's been joining and watching my videos. It's greatly appreciated, and people that share my content around on social media. It helps my channel grow, get more people subscribe. So thank you very much, and welcome to my new subscribers as well as the people that are all subscribed. It's great to have you here. Very thankful. So today we are going to be looking at Greek Memories of Azure. Now, this came out a week ago, 2 weeks ago or something, but maybe a bit less than a week. It was on the Friday, about 10 days ago, I think. Anyway, we'll get some of the niggly bits out of a couple of issues with this, because to air those out to begin with, because well, get the negatives out of the way first, and we'll move on to why this is such a good. When you're reading through text, sometimes, and you're typing X or read, you can sometimes still get attacked by the bad guys, the NPCs, and they are, and there's no way to just exit out or reread it again, and you can basically die and have nothing to do to stop that from happening, because well, you're reading the text, and you need to read all of the text in the game, all of the characters text, because you need to know who the characters are, else you can easily. The gameplay in general, like I say, you need to read all of the stuff that's going on and all of the characters and kind of remember who they all are. Else you'll find yourself on a task where you need to go and find something or talk to somebody. It's like, well, I've forgotten who it is, and you wander around for an hour trying to find the guy or girl because not who the person was, which can become slightly annoying. It happened once to myself, but that doesn't really negate the fact of anything really. Which means that it's a tip for me. You need to actually remember who everybody is and know where else they are to be talked. Trophy wise, there's a couple of trophies which seem to be slightly annoying. There's one which I expect you to be in the game in less than 3 hours, which I can't see me self personally being able to do. It seemed to be quite a long game, shorter, purely just because I found it quite difficult. But with that being said, I think this is an intro to the Metroidvania type of gaming style, and it's certainly easier than like Night now. And so, if you've been looking at a game like that and want something that's a more easier access, so to speak, to play, then this is quite a good entry to that type of area. The game sees you play as 3 different characters. There's like one that's got an arrow and sword, and one that you can do magic, and the one with shield. It's very, very reminiscent of the game The Lost Vikings, where you use a shield to say block them so the other characters can walk under the area and into the other part, whilst shield guys holding the lightning bolts out of the way. It's near darn identical to how some of the bits in The Lost Vikings used to be. So it's lovely to see a game have some form of kind of nostalgia there, or nods to that game in itself, and it's really cool to see that, because I loved it. I still do love it. It was on I don't know, it was on one of the collections, the Bethesda collection, whoever they put in the second game in as well. It's really cool. But this is very similar to that in the fact that you can play basically as all 3 characters at once, which can be a little problematic, because some parts of it you might think to yourself, well, I don't want all 3 here, I'm going to take on this boss just with 1 and leave the other 2 behind. And it's knowing which one that you feel most comfortable to take on a boss with, say, to the, the boss encounter with only one, as opposed to two being. Because trying to use two characters on some of the boss encounters is quite difficult, I found, because it'll kill the other boss or you. It can be quite tough to get used to control two characters together. However, with the bosses being a little tough itself, that was because I basically completed using any dodges and without using any arrows whatsoever. I just used the primary weapon, secondary, and I still managed to get through the game. I won't say I did it comfortably, because I didn't, but it's certainly I say teach and understand how to. If you don't, you're going to struggle. I did. Now, with all that said, it is ridiculously good. If you do understand how to control the dodge moves and the proper character's moves, unlike how I pretty much I would say you could get past the bosses without pretty much too much of a hindrance. Whereas if you don't learn dodge and probably use the arrow weapons, you're going to struggle like I did. One of the bosses took me an hour and a half. Third boss. The last boss I found a breeze, which was fine. The music in the game, even the main menu music, is absolutely awesome. It's really well done. It fits so well with the graphical style. It just hits perfectly the atmosphere and the surroundings, and even the boss battles in the movie are absolutely spot on. It's perfectly like that graphical art style and the scenery, and waterfall, and it's just really well. And how it seamlessly blends from the gameplay into that scene directly back into gameplay again is just so good. They've done such a good job of it. The game in general just really blown me off because I didn't really know what to expect. One of the biggest reasons I picked it was because it looked cool and it was published by Team 17, which is one of my favourite publishers. So I was like, oh, well, with this thinking is really good to back and have a physical weapon, there must be something interesting here. So I decided to pick it up. And turns out, I'm really happy I did, because the game's absolutely awesome. And like I say, there is a couple of issues. On the map, I don't really know where. Oh, it's just you're in this area. It doesn't really give you more of a full-on map thing, so you can kind of think, well, I know I need to be. I don't know what I need. I don't know who I need. Or there will be things like, right, it's because you can activate a dozen missions at the same time. Maybe not a dozen, maybe like 3 or 4 missions at the same time. It can be like, well, I don't really know whether I that one, or what order these need to be done in, or whether I need to do something first. And it can be a little bit tricky at first to know which missions to do, or activities, or whatever to do, because it's kind of non-linear in that sense. There's no linear pathway to just complete missions. I've activated 4 things, I need to complete them. Which is alright, it's fine, because they are the tasks to do are very, very descriptive, easily understood as to what you need to do. It's just that you might be doing 2 at the same time or 3 at the same time, and you get that when it says talk to Dave over there. His name's not Dave on me. That I've forgotten who Dave is, which is what happened to me. Apart from that, I think this is an absolute, it's a solid 8 out of 10 with it, and I'm thoroughly happy. Anybody who's been thinking about buying the game, they 100% should do. That's going to do for me on this review for Greak Memories of Azure. Now I hope everybody has a good day. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers. Cheers. Thanks.